Hello, everyone, and welcome to Education. Today, we are very excited to be starting our podcast series, and we begin with the topic of healing with movement. And we have with us a well read physiotherapist, Dr. Ahmed Kazi. He's known for his personalized approach, thorough patient assessment, and motivational nature. He has completed his education from the renowned KLE Institute in India. He has a variety of certification ranging from Pilates to cupping. So, what are we waiting for? Let's ask him all the questions that we have and let's get health educated. Here we go. Hello, Dr. Ahmed. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm really looking forward to this series of Healing with Motion and really looking forward to be asking you all the questions that I have in my mind. And I'm sure those questions are in the mind of a lot of working professionals. And if not, they should definitely be thinking about it. So,
I'm sure that you have a lot of questions, and I'm all ears to that. And I'm all ears to all the other questions that our viewers might have. So let's go forward with those.
thank you so much. So, I think I will be asking you like the first question that why do so many people experience back and neck pain even if they hit the gym? Is sitting for prolonged hour that bad for us?
Well, basically, I think it's a belief that people who work out, have their diet in check, have their lifestyle in check, they don't have any kinks or malalignments in their body. So, it all comes back to the posture. It's always the posture.
True.
Posture affects your daily living. Posture affects your pattern of walking, what we call in our physiotherapy as gait patterns. Okay. So these are the first two things that we analyze when a patient comes over to our clinic or the hospital setup or the OPD. And through that, we get to know what all things, you know, the problems that he or she might be facing. Also based on the occupation. So
Yeah.
what happens is we as professionals, health professionals, or in other fields, what we do is we spend most of our day in that one particular position, either in sitting or, when it's a field job for a lot of people, it's a totally different. It opens the spectrum to a lot more malalignments, correct? And
Yeah.
we are doing it daily for, let's say, 20 to 30 years of our lives. And we
Yeah.
don't tend to
Okay.
focus on what it might do to us. So,
True.
that's the main issue that's there. Sometimes the workload is more, sometimes the workload is less. Sometimes you can take a break, sometimes you can't. But
Yeah.
that's our choice. The body has no say in it, correct?
Yeah.
So the body will react, the body will adapt, soft tissues will adapt, and then later on the hard structure, that is the spine and the joints, will follow through,
Yeah.
correct? So let's say someone working in the IT sector has this recurrent neck pain
Yeah.
that's just there for a prolonged period of time. He may think it's just due to his workload that was there since 2 or 3 days. But that's not it. It might be triggered because of that. So us as individuals, what we do is we focus on when the symptom is showing. Like we don't take action until the symptom is showing.
Yeah.
Now for him, the recent increase in workload might be the cause. But the
Yeah.
root cause would be the difference in his chair height or desk height,
Yeah.
his lack of support of his arms, on the chair,
Yeah.
and the screen height. Screen height is also very important. These all come under ergonomics,
Okay.
basically. So what happens is usually we tend to not focus on the problem unless there's a symptom that's coming. So
Yeah.
patients are coming in our clinic saying the pain is radiating from our neck to our arm and everything. Now that's actually almost the last stage of that problem.
You make
It
me thinking
or
now. Yeah. Yeah.
it originally begins from the upper back itself. So the body has half of the solutions to our problems.
True.
The rest half comes from the environment and the remaining comes from the lifestyle.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
Yeah.
working out and getting yourself, on track on the current trends that are going on with the fitness
Yeah.
industry and everything is not enough.
Yeah.
Just like how, the maintenance is required for a motor vehicle or something, our body also needs maintenance. And
True.
just getting yourself checked, getting a consultation done through a physio, whoever is available for you at the moment, is very important, because it might help you just prevent any of the problems that might arise in the future.
Yeah,
Or it might also be the cue for you to start getting active. Correct? Because
absolutely.
we have seen a lot of inactive patients who have started to realize that exercise is the true thing, is the true way to go. It's the easiest way. It requires a lot of effort, but yeah, it has like minimum side effects, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Maybe like as long as you're doing it correctly, maybe it has like more benefits, right?
Correct.
So, yeah, no, that absolutely, absolutely makes sense and truly makes me also think on so many fronts that I've heard so many people, like even in my office, like talk around, like, I'm having this neck pain. Probably I just slept some way. It's like we
Mm.
don't even think about it that probably it's just like your body trying to talk to you, like, something's not right. Like, go to a physio. It's not like only for people with very serious ailments. It's all ailments. It's also about like a preventative measure, correcting your posture, and just like doing the small fixes before it becomes like a big issue, right? Like, I think that's what like I got out of it. And yeah, it's extremely insightful what you just said, and it just connects like so many dots together. So yeah,
I
no. Yeah.
I'll just tell you one more thing. So sleeping, right?
Yeah.
So we either in one position, we are either at our work or on our beds. Let's
True.
say people who are fortunate enough to get 6+ hours of sleep in this current schedule that they're having, uh, sleeping is also very important aspect of this. All right, people tend to sleep in. We all know once we sleep in the most weirdest positions, and that's totally normal. Correct. But lately there have been these specific modifications to the sleeping position that have been coming to light, which ensure that the spine is in the right alignment. Let's say you're sleeping on your back, so it's a good thing to have uh, a little elevation below your knees, so that keeps your spine in neutral. When you're sleeping on your side, the thickness of the pillow should be just enough of your shoulder width, so that your neck is in neutral when you're sleeping. So there are a lot of things, and some people might, get have the chance to get access to these and make the changes. Some people won't.
Yeah.
Either way, what they need to do is focus on customized plans for them. That's only possible through a health professional, because we know we have been trained that way. We have been trained to look at an individual, see what's going on, what can be improved, how can it be improved, and just suggest them. If they want to
True.
do it, good for them. So,
Yeah.
sleeping is also a very important thing, because you are spending most of your day in that
Yeah.
position. Correct?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. And your rest phase, like either your posture is bad during the day, and if it's bad during the day and at night also when you're supposed to rest and your body is recovering, and even at that time, so that's when you just make that more like a permanent damage, if I'm not wrong, right?
through a prolonged period, definitely yes.
Okay. Okay. No, that's extremely insightful. You the second question that we have it in our mind is what's the physiology that's actually happening, the science behind what actually happens when we are sitting for like a prolonged period of time. So what's actually going on, like physiologically or scientifically in our bodies?
Uh, so we all know that all bodies are different. So I'll just start with that statement. Whatever routine we have, although the routine might be same, the people doing it are different. Okay. Let's say there's an overweight individual who is working a 9 to 5 job. Okay. And he has a family history of hypertension, diabetes, obesity.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what happens is that sitting in one place for a long time, what it does to your body is it reduces your BMR.
Okay.
Okay. That's your body's ability to burn calories or to utilize energy at rest, to keep your body surviving, to keep your body going. correct? A lot of our viewers might know this, some of them won't. So just to clear that air out, okay? And so yes, sitting for a prolonged period can lead to weight gain because your body composition matters, your muscle mass, fat mass, all of those. So people who are actively working towards it while doing a 9 to 5 job, great work. You do,
Yeah.
they are the right, they're at the right track. Okay, they're on the right track. So that's one thing,
Yeah.
that your body composition matters, and how many hours a day you're sitting also matters, and your lifestyle matters. So
Yeah.
that's the health aspect to it. If you want to go more deep, it is said, researchers have shown that not having enough hydration not just affects your fascia, but it also affects the intervertebral discs. So
Can you just
there,
elaborate, like, just what
yes,
it means? Like,
correct,
what?
correct. So basically, in between our vertebral columns, there are discs. Okay, they are made up of different types of fibers, and they have a major content of water inside them. Now, not drinking enough water for a prolonged period of time, which is very common, which is very
True.
common. We don't realize that we're drinking. Are we tracking our water intake or anything like that? So not just drinking that actually reduces the size. So imagine the disc size throughout the levels, they are progressively decreasing by millimeters, of course. But yeah,
Yeah.
when we put it together, it does make a difference. And like I said, whatever you do every day for a prolonged period of time is what creates the problem or the symptom
True.
later on. Let's say
True.
5 years, 10 years. For some
Yeah.
people, it's 5 years. For some people, it's 10 years, 20 years.
Yeah.
Correct? So, yeah, that's one thing. Now, whatever, whatever, whatever problems our bodies are facing, like I said, most of the solutions to it are coming from the body itself. Now, let's say you are putting your body in a continuous position that the body thinks is not safe. So what
Okay.
it will, so what the body will do is the muscles will go into something called as guarding. They
Got it.
say it's
Okay.
muscle guarding positions. Okay, muscle guarding specifically.
Mhm.
So let's say I'm hunched over for a prolonged period of time. Okay, now that is not what my body was used to earlier on. So what the
Mhm.
muscles are going to do is they're going to go into guarding. Let's say the upper back muscles, correct? And that leads to spasm basically in the upper back. So
Yeah.
when clients are coming in and
Mhm.
we're making them lie on their belly and we're just slowly palpating their upper back, just pressing on. They have so many tender spots, right from the neck up until the middle back. Okay. So that's one other aspect to it. So muscle guarding, correct? The body takes care of the position by itself. And so that we don't injure ourselves. Because the
So
body is
then
not
forms
used
like
to
a
that
whole
position.
structure, you mean? Like, then then your structure just becomes like that because your body is then used to it in that position,
Exactly.
right? Like,
Imagine
okay.
imagine if someone doesn't address that back pain. They're just
Yeah.
okay. Oh, it's just there. It is
Yeah.
on and off. It'll come, it'll go. I'll just take a hot shower and sleep well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a temporary fix, definitely, if you don't have
Yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
then if it's on and off, it's recurrent, you
Yeah.
should get it addressed.
Yeah.
Because our body is very adaptive.
True.
As much as the soft tissues keep adapting to different positions, like the more we expose our body in different positions, a flexible spine is a healthy spine.
Yeah.
That's very true. A flexible spine is a healthy spine. So that's
Yeah.
the center of our body, correct? It
Yeah.
runs along throughout.
Yeah.
So if that is flexible, the muscles around it are flexible, you know, then I don't think you'll have a lot of problem with this. And of
Yeah.
course, you make sure that you are taking breaks, if not 30 minutes, because that seems a little unrealistic coming from a professional background. I understand that it's not possible for you to just get up after every half an hour and
Yeah.
take a break. 45 minutes, 50 minutes makes sense.
Yeah.
But to counteract the effects that have happened after a shift, you can just do some basic stretches that are there.
Yeah.
Correct. So if
Yeah.
not for the back pain, at least for those stretches, you can go and get a consultation done through a physio.
True. True. And just like asking that, when you're working, like probably say 9 to 5 or whatever your schedule is, probably do you think that those little breaks to just walk around, even to get that glass of water that you just said, like, how important drinking water while you're sitting for prolonged period of hours is, just go walk and just get that one glass of water, like from anywhere. Do you think those small, I mean, efforts that we take for ourselves, do that really matter? Like, do they have like
They really do.
better
They really
impact?
do. They really do. So they say that researchers have shown that our calf muscles are the second part of our body. So when we sit for a prolonged period of time, there's a lot of blood pooling in the lower limbs, like below your knees, and that's very common.
Yeah.
And that is very variable based again on your body composition and your you know risks to hypertension and
Yeah.
obesity. So it changes, like I said, a lot of
Yeah.
things changes with a lot of people, correct?
Yeah.
And just getting up, getting a workout, taking a small walk, stretching
Hmm.
around a little bit, it goes a long way for your work and for your own body that you are going to be using for the next at least, let's say, 30, 40 years, 50 years,
True. True. True.
correct?
Yeah.
It is very
And
important and it is very helpful.
yeah. Yeah. True. And we just like we don't understand till the time, something big happens, or something unfortunate happens, which shouldn't be the case, like. And I think, as I said before, like our body really talks to us. So it's all about listening to those small signs and giving your body the rest or the exercise or those stretches that it deserves, like doing that what it deserves,
Yes.
is, I think, all that matters. And personally as well, just like I look at myself and my posture at times and I'm like, why am I sitting like that? But it's just like over the years wherein I was not aware of, how the way I sat, when we were in school, and I used to just write like this, and that suddenly became the way I sat till the time I try to remind myself that just sit straight, like I try to remind myself. But as you said, like our muscle memory, our muscle is so smart, our soft muscles. I haven't taken like a professional guidance yet, but I feel it's so important, like because my posture is like becomes the basis of my life ahead, right? So yeah, yeah. I feel whatever you said has at least, like right now talking to you, it has like a very huge impact, and I feel the need to be doing a few things myself. So yeah. So I'll just move
Well,
over
you
to.
know who to reach.
Yeah.
You know whom to reach out to if you
Oh
need any
yeah,
help.
that's for sure. You know that I'm going to. There's no one like in my mind that I would
No
reach
problem.
out to. Yeah, and like moving over to like our final question that I have for this particular video would be like, we discussed the issue, we discussed all the what's, the ifs, but now how do we deal with this issue? Are there like any, I know, like as we just said, like it requires a consultation, it requires a deep understanding because it differs case by case, but are there any like few movements that we could do that could be like a solution for us in our like daily life, like especially related to like prolonged sitting?
Definitely. So, like I said, you said some things about back pain. You said a few things about neck pain
Yeah.
and heaviness in the shoulders. That's very common. So, typically, what we try to do is we make it as convenient as possible for our clients to just do the stretches in the position that they are working in, so that
Oh,
they just happen to know that okay, I don't have to get up, I don't have to get, they based on their complaints specifically. So let's say it's around the neck pain, so in and around the neck area, so we give them a few stretches for the trapezius muscle, okay, for the levator scapula that's here.
yeah.
And so there are different stretches and we ask them to not stretch it until they can't hold it. We just ask them to stretch it till they feel a stretch, and holding it for a prolonged period. That's like 20 to 30 seconds minimum. Because what we tend to do is we stretch and we stretch too much and it starts paining and then we leave it. That's not how it works. For
Okay.
the stretch and the flexibility to actually improve, you need to stretch it for a prolonged period, that is minimum 20 to 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. And then you repeat it. So basically, you do sets of those.
Yeah. And
Correct.
what is it called that
So,
you said? What's that exercise called? Like,
uh, neck stretches, neck
okay,
stretches,
okay,
which
okay, okay,
targets the different fibers that are there.
okay,
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 we can discuss it more. And apart from that, some upper back stretches that we give,
okay,
and some mobility for the wrist, and the stretches for the forearm
okay.
muscles, like the flexors and the extensors, because we are constantly on the laptop, or
Yeah,
if not that, we are constantly working something.
yeah. Or on our phones. Or if like whenever,
Yeah, or on our phones,
yeah.
definitely,
So,
definitely.
yeah. And I would also like to thank you, like, for recording the videos, specifically addressing this question. So, we would be
No
sharing
problem.
that with our viewers as well, just so that we knew, like as you said, that we wouldn't be able to share the exercises, like we wouldn't be able to communicate and do justice to them. Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed, for removing the time and doing this wonderful wonderful podcast and sharing such insightful information. And we will really be looking forward to having you again. But till that time,
Mm.
if the viewers have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Dr. Ahmed. I will be attaching his Instagram ID in the captions. So please feel free to reach out. And thank you once again, Dr. Ahmed. And over to you. Do you have anything else to say?
Thank you so much for having me here, Tanisha. This was a great experience. I'm looking forward to, talking more about these things, the main common problems that our generation is having. And I'll do my best to, give the whatever latest information is there, and latest researches that have been going on. Apart from that, the stretches, the videos that you were talking about, just a little disclaimer for that. Uh, while doing the stretches, if you are getting any kind of pain, stop right there and go for a consultation, because these are pretty basic stretches.
Yeah.
And if they are feeling relieving, then good. You needed this,
Okay.
correct? Good. You
Yeah.
needed this. Continue them, and let's hope that it solves your problem. And if it
True.
does, even if it doesn't, either way, just go get a physio consultation done. Get
Yeah.
your posture checked, get your gait analyzed, whatever it is, and just take care. Just take care of yourself before anything happens, right? Don't just
True.
go and wait for the symptoms to show up. That's all.
Yes.
That's my
Yeah. And definitely small steps do have a big impact. And thank you so much for,
yeah.
again, thank you so much for being with us on Education and ending our first episode of Healing with Movements with Dr. Ahmed Kazi.